Hello everybody, I'm very excited to show this. I was at le Festival International des Jeux in Cannes, at the same place where the famous film festival is. This is the Call of Cthulhu 7th edition translated into French. It's the French edition. We have L'Appel de Cthulhu, 7e édition. Le manuel du gardien. Manuel du gardien. It's upside down here. So this is the core rule book. One thing that you'll notice, and this is why I'm especially excited, sorry about, it's going to be blurry halfway through this because I have to click to focus it on this camera. One thing you'll notice about the French version, and this is why I'm especially excited and why I'm showing it off, is the artwork is completely different. And there's a lot of photos and art in this book. I know another thing that I would like to mention is that the art in the French version is a lot better and there's a lot cooler stuff. So here we have, I mean this is cool right here, the detail. We have Cthulhu himself mixed with a anthropoid body. So we've got, maybe that's Lovecraft's body, who knows, with a dagger. I mean, it's just beautiful. I think that's my Roll20 avatar right now. So let's open this baby up. It's hardcover. 45 euros. I finally saved up. So this convention I went to yesterday and today, the International Game Festival, is like Gen Con but smaller. Okay, we have Lovecraft, Le Maître de l'Horreur, Horror Master, Table of Contents. I'm going to try to show y'all this book, skim through it without taking too much time. So here's an example of why this book's so cool. You have photos. And I don't know, the whole thing with the book being so different, I mean, the translation, of course, it's not going to be paragraph per sentence and sentence by paragraph, the very same, you know, because it's translated. But also, I think with the licensing and whatnot, it's all that's why it's all completely different. But I mean, this is just so cool. We have 5 guys sitting around just chilling, probably 1920s, some banditos. And this is the first introduction chapter. So in this, we'll see an example of play with Marie, Elodie, Victor, Alice. I love the pictures because they're creepy and they're old. It shows us what dice we're going to use. And the pictures are so old, and I know, you know, the French are lazy, but I doubt they just found these pictures anywhere. So I'm wondering about that too, like where these pictures came from, because these are obviously authentic. Did they Google search them? Copy and paste MS Paint. We've got Lovecraft biography, and I'm wondering if the Call of Cthulhu is actually in here, because in the 6th edition, I remember that's the only other one I've played, is it has the Call of Cthulhu in it, so I don't know if it's in here translated. It might not be. That's kind of a bummer. Oh well. So we have a crowded street here in a big city. Back in the day, it's probably one of the northern states, probably Boston or something. So here we have Création des investigateurs. So character creation, create your investigators. We have some tables, how to keep track of the numbers. Sorry about the blur, I have to keep focusing it. Oop. We got Harvey Walters here. Cool, kind of longhorn skull, but it's pistols. Some tables, just kind of introducing the stats and whatnot. A bloody bed. I love this book. Some dudes on camels in front of a pyramid. Some weapons. I mean, there's so many great pictures in here. Here's some guys about to embark on some kind of expedition. Some Lovecraftian symbol. This guy's fancy. Looks like some kind of archaeological dig. Here are the character sheets. You'll see all the different parts of it lines it out, all the different parts of the character sheet. Examples of occupations, jobs. We've got from an agriculteur all the way to vagabond. You've got your dilettante, écrivain, a writer, fanatique, someone who writes, or a fanatic, you can say that. Médecin, doctor, journaliste, inspecteur. I love how it says Lovecraftian. Lovecraftian. Like, just like in English we came up with Lovecraftian, well they translate it into Lovecraftian. They have their own adjective for it. So we have a sample character sheet. We've got Harvey Walters. Pretty cool. He's got his santé mentale. Sorry about the zooming one more time. Sanity points. You see all the skills there. Some kind of library. This is compétence. So this is the skills and whatnot. Competencies. Okay, I missed a page. I'm gonna not go page by page because you can see that we've seen a lot of awesome pictures and whatnot, but we've got like 400 pages to go. So I'm gonna switch through and go through the cool art and pictures because there's so much. Here's some kind of Northern African. You'll see a lot of pictures here that represent the occult and kind of ancient tombs and archaeological paraphernalia, what have you. Some kind of factory, système de jeu. So this is where we get to the rules. Got some hoodlums. I wish I could go page by page, but it would take too much. Ooh, this is kind of this is creepy. Some tools here, blood everywhere on these guys' hands. This is talking about healing, more or less. Damage information. Let's keep going here. I'm talking about going crazy. Effects of madness. Madness effects. I'm not the best translator, but it sounds better in French. So what else we got here? Some kind of what? It's kind of a bummer. It's folded right there. I haven't seen that page actually. Okay. There's some better artwork here somewhere. Because most of the book is in black and white, but there is some colored artwork somewhere, and it's actually really awesome. Sorry, I think I started filming my couch there. Some guy's tracking some stuff. Ooh, guy got his leg stuck. Here's where it's talking about, I think, luck. Where, you know, the luck can mean luck in a good way, or luck as in falling and breaking your leg. Or getting stuck like that poor guy. Here's some, so this is talking about the occult and whatnot. This chapter, occult. Here's like some old book. Okay. So I'm going to show you some cool artwork. This is pretty cool. So we actually have some colored, so I'm going to go from the beginning. Okay, we have some kind of, sorry about the glare too. I don't have a lot of good lit places in my apartment. So it's, you can see it's like a small, you know, apartment in France. Here's a monstrosity. This is pretty sick. You got a guy in the dark in a straitjacket going insane, of course. Some cult members around some huge beast. I think this is Cthulhu. So here's Cthulhu. Awesome. Like, you know this, you know, was made just for this book too. I doubt it's in the English version. Here's another beast. Here's Cthulhu, rising from the ruins of Relie, in the middle of the ocean, in an undisclosed location. Some kind of evil beast. We got another monstrosity. I feel like there was another thing. I feel like we're missing something. Oh well. So we'll go forth, because I thought there was a picture of Yog-Sothoth somewhere. There was. I must have skipped it somehow. There is a picture of Yog-Sothoth. He's from the Dunwich Horror. It's my favorite Lovecraftian story. No, where is it? Aha, here it is. This is my favorite. Yog-Sothoth from the Dunwich Horror. It's one of the best Lovecraftian stories. I like it more than the Call of Cthulhu, honestly. Okay, we got artifacts and stuff like that. So I'm gonna wrap it up here. So here, I'm gonna miss the chapter, the front of the chapter, but here are the creatures and whatnot. Nasty monstrosities. And I'm just gonna go, I just took about 30 pages and just flipped it. So there are a lot in here. Elder gods. Lots of, and I just skipped another probably 15 pages. Lots of stuff. You see Yog-Sothoth. It's so hard to say that name. Should be written here. Yog-Sothoth. Okay. Some anthropoid kind of stuff. So here are the scenarios. I'm not sure if they're the same as in the English version, but we've got our pre-made NPCs. Here are two brothers. And all that goodness. Jane Strong. It's pretty kind of creepy looking. And then you go to the back and you have all your, GM info. Your keeper tables, stuff that you'd find in the game screen. But anyway, so then it just does the credits, I guess, and then it's an index. So basically, that's it. That's the French version of Call of Cthulhu 7th edition. I think it's really awesome, and I just wanted to show it off to y'all real quick. Nanner, 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 I've got one and y'all don't. Just kidding. Alright, well, I hope you like this. Have a good one.